Are you a small business owner here in the San Francisco or Monterey Bay area? Well, if you are, you're in the right place, because on today's show, we're covering all sorts of topics for you, the small business owner, that are COVID specific. So get ready. We're in San Francisco today. Let's go. Okay, everyone, we're going to kick things off with a topic that is hot. Like many of you, this concerns you, and that's the Eidl loan program. I found a great video done by an attorney who basically walks you through every section of that agreement. So if you haven't signed it yet, it's great. If you already signed it, it's great as well, because you now know what you've gotten yourself into and what you need to do to make sure you follow all the rules. There's quite a few. So get ready. Here's a quick clip, and then check out the link below to get the full video.
They're basically saying that if you borrow more than $25,000 from the SBA, they will take a security interest, essentially create a lien against a lot of different things. And they describe those things below. And those things are things that are owned by the business. And it includes the following property that the borrower now owns or shall acquire in the future or create. All tangible and intangible personal property, including but not limited to inventory, equipment, instruments, including promissory notes.
Okay, everyone, we are in the Ferry Building here in San Francisco. As you can tell, it's pretty empty right now. Most of the stores are closed. And having driven through the city just now, it really brought home the fact that there's a lot of issues going on, a lot of tension. I see it in the news, all the news stories that I'm reading, everything. So it really brings to mind that crisis management is one topic that no matter how small or large your company or your business is, you definitely need to address that, because you have to, at this point in time, expect the unexpected. So I have 3 tips for you. First of which is to actually have a crisis management plan, and that should include simple procedures, simple steps to handle anything that's maybe online, how to handle online reviews, how to handle issues that happen inside the store. You never know who's going to walk in. Second off, and it's a direct correlation to the first tip, is that of the employees. You need to train the employees on your procedures. So that might be on those issues that actually happen, but it could also be maybe even how to handle the media. So that second tip is to really make sure your employees know how your procedures should go when it comes to crisis management. Third off, and this is specifically relevant to the media that might be covering the issue that you're experiencing, always, always, always try to accompany the reporter from the minute they step on your property to the minute that they leave. Always be able to be there with them. Critical. I'll just tell you from experience, you do not want reporters trying to sneak in side entrances and all those different things and going where they shouldn't go. And fourthly, definitely you want to have kind of a network set up. So with regards to the media, so if you're being asked, oh, can we interview some of your customers or some of your vendors or whatever it might be from the media, pre-arrange those relationships to have go-to customers that you can call on that are loyal and will speak very highly of you, vendors, etc. You want to have the ability to set up interviews and photos and videos and footage for that reporter to have turnkey, that you can email them simply and easily, so they can get the story right away and not get it somewhere else. And those are my 4 tips. So hopefully those help you. And I tell you from experience, having worked for large-scale venues, crisis management is something you definitely need to have your hands on at this point in time.
Palms push up, and let's get go.
Okay. The commercial landlords they're challenging the moratoriums. What do you see? What are you hearing and seeing actually happening? Like, are any of them flexible, or are they holding strong? Or
So I'll just speak specifically to our case, and then I'll give you some like word of mouth discussions we've had with a wide variety of other businesses. Now, it's basically what the moratorium says is you're not going to get evicted during this time period, which that doesn't really help you that much, because basically what's going to happen is you either are paying your rent now or you're going to pay what you owe later in some form. So, you know, we're going on 5-6 months of closure. For us, that's over $100,000 in rent. So where's that coming from? We haven't been open for 3 or 4 months. That's just, that's going to put us on under a lot of pressure. We were paying our rents up to a point, and then we were advised through a broker that's actually volunteering his time. I can give him a shout out. His name is Stephen Gary. He goes by Stu. He's working with our fitness coalition, and he's helping all of us negotiate with our landlords. And basically, it's left to the business owners to negotiate with their landlords. If you have a nice, reasonable, understanding landlord, you can come to a reasonable conclusion where some people are paying 50% now, and then maybe they're going to amortize and pay some back later, or maybe they're just like, we've heard some stories where it's like, look, you're going to pay you're not going to pay anything while you're closed, and then you're going to pay 25% while you're operating under a pandemic, and then as you can gradually get back to normal, then you can start paying your normal rent. So it's a case-by-case scenario, but something that the broker we're working with pointed out was the reality of the commercial real estate industry here locally in San Francisco, and I'm sure other places around the country and world, is that businesses are closing left and right. He said that he predicts 5,000 vacant commercial units in San Francisco alone post-pandemic, and at least 1,000 foreclosures on commercial real estate spaces. So what we're arguing here is a small business, like, hey, you know we're a good business. We made a deal with our landlords. We're in business together. We're partners. We need your help right now, helping us get through this, if you want to have anybody paying you rent anytime soon, because I would predict that it's going to be 2 years before anybody's sniffing around looking for commercial real estate to rent and run a business. So I would say that we should be working together right now, and we are working with our landlords, and they've been reasonable. We've been paying our rent, but we're not really able to anymore. There's just not enough money coming in to justify paying for an empty space that the government says you can't use. Nobody moves to San Francisco for Chipotle and Target. They move here for these local mom and pop shops that you can't get anywhere else. And really supporting us and understanding that, like, that's why people live in cities, you know. They can go to these large chains, these Targets, anywhere in the world. But if you want to work out at U-Balance, there's only U-Balance in San Francisco. If you want to go to Lisa's Beauty Salon, it's only here in San Francisco. If you want to go to In Symmetry Spa over in the Mission, it's only here in the Mission. So these types of services, these local businesses, you know, these rents are high pressure that they're breaking a lot of our backs. And so we're just asking landlords to work with us in a reasonable, understanding way, because really, like, it doesn't behoove you to just throw us out in the street. We've developed a fitness coalition with local fitness studios, about 40 to start. That number is shrinking, unfortunately, as businesses kind of fold under the pressure of, you know, having to pay rent now or having to pay back rent at some point when, you know, all the money's kind of like not coming in. But we've been working really hard with this fitness coalition, working directly with the health department, working with the Office of Workforce Development, district supervisors all over the city, you know, the mayor's office, communicating our point as fitness studios that we can keep you guys safe. You know, our jobs in general is to keep you healthy, safe, and strong.
All right, so I have a tech tip for you guys, and it has to do with Instagram. If you guys do video and you tend to have videos that are just over a minute, maybe it's a minute 9 seconds, and you've chopped off as much as you can, and you want to easily get that into your stories, and it's beyond the 1 minute, the 4-15-second segments, here's a quick clip that I recorded, screenshotted, to show you how to do it super easily using 2 resources. Okay, here we go.
First step is to use the app called Cut Story. You go and click video, and you select new project, you go to recent, and I'm going to pick one that is, let's see, 1 minute and 8 seconds. Click add.
All right,
okay.
so we
are
I'm
going to
right
hit
now,
the download button on the lower right here. I'm going to select it for Instagram, but there's other options for other platforms. So here we go. It is cutting it up into 15 seconds. So I'm going to speed this along. So once you have that, see it's processing each one. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up and actually go into Instagram. I'm going to click on my story. I'm going to add one. I'm going to go to my recent photos and videos, and here you see they're cut into perfect 15-second increments. So if you want to select, normally when you upload a video, it only does 4 15-second segments. But if you want to do over 1 minute and select maybe 5 or above, you hit this button in the upper right to do more than one. So you can select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit next in the bottom right, and you can see down below there's actually five different videos. That's how you do it.
Okay, our last tip is for all of you Santa Cruz County business owners out there. If you have not heard or checked out the Get Virtual program, basically it's a program that UC Santa Cruz students have put together. It's a way for your business to get a free e-commerce site built for you. Literally, that will save you thousands of dollars. So link is down below this video, so check it out. You definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity to have a website built for free for you. Okay, thanks you guys. All right, so we are in Noe Valley right now, and as you can see, the for lease sign behind me, I'm seeing a lot just everywhere I go throughout San Francisco, and it just reminded me that there's a resource that I have that some of you have maybe seen, but not all of you. So I want to make sure that you see it. The link is down below to a cash flow tool that can really help your business stay afloat during this pandemic. So make sure that you get the link down below. Here's a quick clip from the video, but it's something that can definitely save you. If you're not on top of your cash flow at this point, you're going to be in trouble. It's a daily task, if not weekly, if not monthly, that you have to do during this time. So take a peek at the link below and take a check of this video we got for you.
So what you've done is you've seen a problem 3 weeks ahead of time before it happens, and you've been able to come up with a solution for it. And that's what this is all about. I had a client that's already done this, and she had no idea. She was very nervous about making it through the 12 weeks. When she put all the money she had coming in, her receivables, she's doing some online business. She went through and she monitored her expenses. She found out that at the end of July, she was still in positive. So what that told her was, it relieved a lot of stress. I can make it. But what it told her was, everything's under control. I have enough money. Even if I don't get either one of the loans, I have enough money. I haven't had to go into my credit line to put personal funds in. What I have coming in from my receivables and what I have in the bank currently and what I'm selling online, project sell online, will get me through the 12 weeks.
All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Lots of great resources for you, the small business owner here in Northern California. Until next time, be sure to check out bryceroot.com. Lots of resources, our entire library of videos and podcasts, and definitely want to thank our presenting sponsor, your local small business development center. There are about 17 across Northern California, so check out norcalsbdc.org. Mine is in Santa Cruz, santacruzsbdc.org as well. Check them out, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Stay tuned next time. We have some great things that we're going to have for you next week. Okay, bye everyone.